90.5 WASU. It is 8 o'clock. It is time for the morning app. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties around the studio today, and if you're on campus, the Wi-Fi seems to be all over the place, so we're just making it today, but it is Monday. It is the 30th. I'm Howie C. here with Kristen, Josh, and Molly. How is everybody this morning?
Ooh, hectic.
Mm-hmm.
Hectic, yes. So whenever we first were trying to get here at my apartment, there was an accident on the road, so Kristen had to kind of skirt her way around to come up to get me.
Yeah.
And then we get here, and then the internet's out, and everything's just like, what's going on?
It's a Monday, and it's showing it, that's for sure.
Yeah, like Mondays seem to strike all the time, and this is actually our last show, too. So
I know, of course this would all happen on the one show. We need to go smoothly.
I know, right? All right, this is me, Kristen, and Molly's last show because we are going to be graduating in a couple weeks. Luckily, if we pass all our classes, but
knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But we are going to be graduating. Josh will still be around though.
Hi.
But this is like our final farewell, our goodbye.
It is. Everything seems to be wrapping up this semester. It's pretty sad right now, but I mean, it's exciting. We're about to start a new chapter in our life. We helped our friend Susanna with a dance thing. They had to do this, I guess, program for their capstone if you're in the dance department. So, believe it or not, Howie and Josh were in tights.
No, I know Josh likes to wear tights. We did a video project together, and he wore my shorts. Like, he is very
Those weren't
comfortable
tights,
with himself.
But yeah, exactly.
I thought you wore tights underneath it for some reason, in
No.
case there was a flash issue.
To be fair, that
Okay.
wasn't my first time wearing tights, and it definitely won't be my last, most likely. It's so warm.
And that's totally cool. You're comfortable with yourself. I love that.
know.
That's great. Embrace yourself.
But believe it or not, and I can't believe this happened, we finish up the dance, and we're not dancers. We did a horrible job. So sorry, Susie. But, you know, at least we were there for our friend. But we finish up the show, and we're walking out, and believe it or not, Josh gets recruited on set.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
That is the most Josh thing I have ever
know.
heard. Just as having fun, a good old time, and somebody finds a good quality in him, they're like, I'll hire you.
Yes. She was like, do you actually want to dance? Because I'm putting together a dance piece. And he was like, yeah. And they exchanged emails. I was like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So Josh got recruited to dance next semester already.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
A Latin dance. She's
Ooh.
having trouble finding males, and she was like, so what's your name? Joshua Kornmeyer. And she's like, well, would you like to dance? I'm like, yeah.
But you said a Kornmeyer with a K. You're like, oh, I'm Kornmeyer with a K.
I always say that. The people at the
Also-
SRC know me by that.
You're gonna, if you learn how to dance, like ballroom dance or some sort, that is a great quality to have for the ladies.
Yeah, honestly, though, it's a very attractive quality when a man can dance.
Even if I can't,
Well,
or a person can't. I
Which
don't-
we can't.
I mean, we saw that me and Howie had some pretty attractive quality yesterday during the dance. So,
Oh,
you know.
goodness.
Yes. So actually, I was a little fast at one point, and so like I paused for a quick second, but I didn't know if anybody noticed it or not.
I mean, it's fine. I missed a whole step. Let's be honest here.
Well, they also know that you are not dance students,
They
from
were
my
well aware of that,
understanding.
yeah.
Yeah. So
They called us out for sure.
No, not really. They were just like asking us questions like as the non-dance people, you know.
That's what they called us.
Because that's what we want. We don't dance. We talk on the radio. We don't dance in front of people. So it was a totally different atmosphere for the both of us and Josh as well. So like
Yeah.
all of us, we were just out of our
know.
comfort zone.
And
for
I was
sure.
going to do it with you guys if I didn't have that huge schedule block off. So
Right.
that would have been interesting.
You could have saw me and Josh in tights.
It was, I mean, it was a
spectacle.
sight to see. Yeah.
And I was FaceTiming y'all beforehand, and I didn't get to see the tights. I'm very upset
Oh
about that.
man.
Don't worry, there's pictures.
See, it's like I've only been in tights I think once before in my life, so it was very, very uncomfortable for me because I don't wear them at all. And I was like, oh man, this looks really tight. I don't know what to do.
Howie, I need those back, by the way. I wear those all throughout the winter.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
I'll wash them first, and then I'll
Cool.
go back to you.
That's
Thanks. Yeah,
good.
they're real warm.
Keep you warm.
Well, as all of you guys know, Howie, Molly, and myself are seniors, and we will be graduating in May. Knock on wood that we pass. But, you know, if you are an incoming student or a current freshman, we thought that we would give you a few words of wisdom ourselves, maybe some advice that we have. I don't know if you guys have any to start off with.
First off, be nice to people. And
What is
Wow,
this,
that's
Sesame
so
Street?
great.
Sesame Street. Well, genuinely, because you don't know what people are going through freshman year, I feel like that is such an adjustment. I was an emotional whirlwind freshman year.
Yeah, that's
and
when
I
we
wish,
met.
Yeah, oh, I know. Kristen and I were and still are the dynamic duo.
We go
But
way back.
we go
Gardner
way back.
Hall.
Oh, my
Shout
goodness.
out if you're in Gardner.
Shout out. The only person that she talked to on that hall, aside from her roommate, was
Yeah.
me.
It's true because I was on a floor of all girls. So take a gander at how that went.
I had a great time.
Me and girls don't really get along too well. That's why all my friends are guys, plus Molly.
Plus me. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, me and Howie are basically girls.
I know, it's kind of great.
We kind of fill in that void for you, right?
I appreciate it. Well, I have a list here of some maybe tips or insight for you that I have put together over the course of my 4 years here. Number one is to take snowboarding early. Well, number one, the fact is you can take snowboarding as a PE class. And I don't know what other college you can do that in unless you're over in Colorado. Then I'm sure it's a thing there too. But you can take snowboarding as a PE credit here. My advice is to take it early because then if you're good at it, you can spend the 4 years you have here
Doing it.
shredding the gnar.
Yeah, shred the gnar. I do wish I took snowboarding,
I
though.
regret it.
I do regret it.
Highly. I have never done any snow sport, and I feel ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me, "Oh yeah, do you snowboard?" Because I would totally be a snowboarder, not a skier.
Skiing's cool too. But I thought snowboarding was more fun. Just because it's harder to pick up the first time, but you can advance quickly. And skiing, it's easy to pick up the first time, but it takes you a long time to advance within the sport. So I took snowboarding my junior year.
Sophomore
But I
year.
wish I took it earlier. Did I take it sophomore year? Huh. See,
Pretty early.
4 years of college, it's all a blur. But I would take it early because then you have time to get your own gear, you have time to get season passes, and it's a really, really fun sport.
Yeah.
But be careful because it is dangerous.
Very
Yeah.
dangerous.
I mean, I just did it for the first time this semester. Yeah, with you, kind of, Kristen.
Yeah. We did go snowboarding
Yeah,
together.
Kinda.
it was very hard. I'm not sure you can call what I was doing snowboarding, but it was more
You
like
did good.
as
Oh, that was.
That voice was so
It's
no.
like when your boyfriend lies to you. Are you okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When guys'
I'm
voices go from
fine.
hey
I'm
to.
fine.
It's fine.
No, Joshua, you did so much better than I did my first time snowboarding.
Why, thank you. Me snowboarding was like Buzz Lightyear was falling with style.
Oh my gosh. All right, another tip I have is to optimize professors' office hours. This is so important because you'll make a good impression and you're more likely to get better grades. You'll also eventually need a letter of recommendation. So, I mean, there's just so many tips to going towards your professor's office hours. I utilized those a lot and it helped me get better grades. I understood the material a lot, more clearly. And then we also have a tutoring center on campus if you don't know about that. And so, they'll reference you there if you really aren't getting the material. But it helped me a lot. They're there for a reason.
Yeah. They're very important to go to. I didn't take advantage of that until sophomore year. And I guess I don't really say I would regret it, but I should have definitely did that freshman year. Freshman year, I was just wilding out. Barely went to class. It was pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. See, I did tutoring freshman year for the basic math class. Math is very difficult
Yeah.
for me. I just don't understand the material. And so I took tutoring, and that was great. But I didn't utilize my professors until like last year, and I regret that fully. So, I mean, don't be embarrassed to ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay, but that actually leads me into my next one. Do not ask a question that's on the syllabus because
yeah.
I will personally come over and just bop you in the head because that is rookie mistake number one. If you ask a question that's on the syllabus in the middle of class or even to your professor, they'll just be like, sorry, you're dumb. It's on the
Well,
syllabus.
A smart student that uses that tactic as a way to procrastinate the class and stall it a little bit, especially if you don't want to get work done.
That's
so
really
I
mature.
understand. Well, I'm just telling you what I know. Just telling you what I've know and witnessed is that, especially on day one when they don't want to do any work and they feel like the teacher's about to teach, they'll be like, yeah, I have a couple questions about the syllabus.
Well,
what is it?
You see, it's inevitable that the professor will teach because you are in college and you should just suck it up, go to class. And I mean, I don't know. It bothers me
Yeah.
so much when it's on the syllabus and
Tell 'em.
somebody asks in the middle of class.
It is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Kristen's
Precisely.
like, she's like, I'm gonna come over and smack somebody. Why you always
I
lying?
said bop on the head.
Bop on. Why
Little
you
bunny
always
foo-foo.
lying? Oh my god.
And then fourth is Friday classes and 8 a.m. classes. They're not the worst thing in the world. Just get
No,
over it and
they
take
are.
them. They're
If you
really
can-
not.
If you can fit your schedule to get 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do it because no Friday classes is bliss.
It's a good thing, but like you're gonna have it, especially in gen ed. So don't complain about it because we've all had to do it, you know? And it's really not the worst thing in the world because once you leave college, you're gonna have to work Monday through Friday anyways. Starting probably before 8 a.m.
I had no Friday classes 3 semesters in a row. I think second semester freshman year, and then all sophomore year was fantastic.
See,
Go for it.
okay. So freshman year, I had that math class from 8 a.m. till 10 something. It was the worst.
Yeah, math at 8 a.m. would be hard.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
that
was
sucked.
terrible. But he was a really
Yeah.
funny professor. So, okay, math major over here. But it's inevitable. You're going to
Yeah.
have it. Suck it up. Grow up. Breathe in, breathe out. You'll be fine.
I mean, and if you don't have Friday classes, utilize it. Get all of your homework done on Friday while the rest of your friends are in class. That way, the rest of the weekend you can relax with your friends. But if you just spend Friday in bed while the rest of your dorm
It's
floor is
totally
out
worth
in
it.
classes, then you're just gonna you could be using that time to get stuff done.
No, it's like you get the mini vacation. It's I'm telling you that one day you don't have to do anything. I mean, you can. Like I always obviously
I mean,
did
that's
stuff, but
Saturday
it's-
and Sunday.
Well, yeah, but then it's just like a normal weekend for you. Like you get that Friday where you literally get to do nothing and just sit there or go out and explore. Like I don't know.
But see, Josh, this is our time for the wise
Oh
elders
yeah, you're right.
to
My bad.
put wisdom upon you.
Listen to Kristen and Howie. They know all.
We know everything. Don't you worry about that. When we come up on the morning app, we'll have a lot more to talk about. So if you are a freshman coming into app or you're a freshman now, we have so many tips for you to succeed in college. We'll be right back on the app.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
I don't know. You had it. No, I didn't. Guys, what are you doing?
You said sports rap. We're repping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Rap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady up to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the morning app.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the morning app.
Welcome into the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning?
You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, the A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of the A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
.5 WASU. It is 8:16 on this difficult morning for us. It has been a journey this morning trying to get our system to work. But we actually have my father to call in today, finally, after weeks of not having a family member of mine call in. Possibly. Dad?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Michael Brady, Mr. Michael Brady, the one and the only.
That's true.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you guys? Other than your technical difficulties.
We are making it. We're making it. Technical difficulties have been in force today, but we are just trying to survive and make it. Glad to have you on the show this morning.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh. Well, I was glad to have you on the show this morning.
I'm getting feedback. Sorry, guys.
All right. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, a little fuzzy, but I got you.
A little fuzzy. Okay. Well, thank you for being on the show this morning. Hopefully, here's that one. Hopefully, maybe.
Perfect. Thank
Okay. Cool.
What? Oh, so sorry. Dad, do you have any stories that you want to share about me that are not overly embarrassing?
Yeah, I think you said you want to share a story with you. You're a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
And the young gentleman was perfectly clear.
Oh, well,
Why-
just criticizing me on air already.
So anyway, I'd love to tell you a story about my sweet little Molly. And maybe I'm a little biased on that, but Molly was the cutest little young lady. We used to live up in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and she was a cute little thing with these nice blue glasses. She hated them, but we loved them. And Molly had a little issue, and we always had people visit us in the summertime because we live on Cape Cod. They wanted to go whale watching, and Molly just wouldn't have it because she hated wearing clothes. They drove her crazy. And here we are with about 7 or 8 people getting ready to go out whale watching, and Molly went into a complete meltdown, screaming, yelling, kicking, and she wound up kicking her mother. And yep, that doesn't go well with Papa here. So I said, me and you inside. We went in. Everybody else went to watch whale watching. And Molly said, I don't want to have my clothes on. I said, that's fine. Go up in your room. And she stayed in her room for 7 days while we had all our visitors looking out in the backyard. We fed her every couple hours. We gave her some food and water. And finally, it was literally the day before everybody was leaving. We were playing wiffle ball in the backyard, and little old Molly up there without any clothes on, staring down at us. And I went up and I said, would you like to come downstairs? And she said, yes. I said, the only stipulation is you have to put clothes on. And thankfully, she's worn clothes ever since that day. So that's my sweet little Molly. Had a little meltdown about not wanting to wear clothes that bother her.
Oh,
Listen.
my goodness. So Molly was like, man, clothes, that's overrated. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk around naked.
They felt weird to me. Like my skin it felt not right. There was definitely some type of like skin irritation thing with it. I don't know.
Huh.
It was very weird.
I like that story, actually. You got any more for us?
Sorry, guys, I didn't hate it, but that was her excuse that she didn't like clothes. I don't know what the deal was, but thankfully she wears them now.
Dad, do you have any more stories?
No, that's my favorite story about the lovely Miss Molly, but she is a sweet young lady, and I'm glad she's mine.
Oh my goodness. So, since she seemed to not like wearing clothes, was she a big troublemaker when she was young? All the time she was in trouble?
Oh, she had her moments of Mollyisms, as we call them. I don't know if you heard the story, but it's this pizza place. You might have heard it the last time, but she got in such trouble there because she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. So that kind of got her in a little bit of trouble because she felt, hey, this is my life. I want that candy, or I want whatever it was, and she made everybody know it. The good news is she uses that today and really helps her focus on what she wants to achieve in life. So she was a little bit of a troublemaker, probably a little bit of a tomboy, used to play with, I forget, the Lord of the Rings figurines and all that stuff. So she was a sweet little girl, but a little troublemaker on the side.
She's told us a little bit about dance class. Do you know anything about a dance class story?
No, I'm getting old and my memory's shot. I don't remember the dance class issue, but there's a few of them.
The ballerina one, Dad, where I won't hold hands with people.
Oh, yeah, she had a germaphobe thing back then. I forgot about that, Molly.
Really?
I still am a germaphobe.
Oh my God.
What? You and Kristen both.
I wouldn't hold people's hands in dance class at all.
Well,
They'd be like,
just looks
Molly,
mean.
hold so-and-so's hand. I'd be like, no. and so, therefore, I got kicked out of dance class.
Nice.
That's right. And the funny part with Molly, she has a germaphobe, but yet she wants to hold bugs. And I remember one birthday, part of the birthday trip was everybody went out on a canoe, and you could capture turtles, right? You have a little net, you'd be able to take the turtles in the boat, and she would have no problem holding them. But the problem was we couldn't get any turtles. And Molly went into complete, I can't say it on the air, but this is a bunch of bull. Turtles. So I almost fell out of the canoe trying to get a turtle for her.
Oh, Dad of the Year.
I have a very good dad.
The good news is we got the turtle. I didn't fall in, and she stopped screaming and yelling at everybody for not having a turtle.
I was a tyrant. I was awful. But, Dad, thank you so much for calling in. Thanks for not embarrassing me too much with some stories.
I kept it clean.
You kept it clean.
Thank you, Mr. Brady.
You're welcome, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So with my dad's encouraging, lovely, I don't know, words about me.
Your dad's great.
Yeah, my dad's really sweet. I'm shocked he turned it into so nice. I thought it was going to be a full-blown roast. But he's been really encouraging during this process of me trying to find a job. So like many college students, I am still in the job search, and it has been very trying and confidence breaking. But my father continuously tells me, take a deep breath. It'll come with time. You have 6 months till your loans come in. Got it? And I was like, all right.
Really, though.
So I was looking up an article earlier from Forbes, and it was giving me some tips for college students that are in the same situation as myself. So one of them is taking advantage of free coaching. So whether that be from a professor. So I go to a professor that I've had for one class a few years ago, and he's been kind of coaching me through interview processes and how to make that killer resume. So don't be afraid to ask for help with that, or even reach out to recruiters, because college campuses do have, fairs and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys went to. We had one in the big center, but it's not really directed for our program of study.
It's mostly for business majors. So we were never able to utilize that.
So I kind of went, and they have some digital media stuff, and it was interesting, but nothing really that could apply to our lifestyle, really. Yes. But one of them is not always shooting for the larger companies. So you don't need to go for Google immediately. You could go for a smaller up-and-coming company.
Yes.
What I've heard a lot, too, is that, if you shoot high for a large company, you're going to be doing very little. But if you go for a smaller company, you'll be putting your hands in a lot more, pots and being able to learn a lot more. So there's pros and cons, because with the big company, it looks really great on a resume, and it's a great opportunity, but you might be physically doing less within the company.
Yeah, because everybody wants to go for the higher companies. Like, a lot of people want to work for Apple, for Google, for Samsung, for all of these companies, but you got to remember, you want to get that experience. You want to have all of that in your bag, so when you do eventually get to that top company, you have the best experience in the world. You're gonna be doing so much. You'll be getting paid more for what you do. So you got to start small and then build up.
And I feel like you get to do a little bit of everything, like you were saying. You know, if somebody's not there, I can cover your job for you, and then that shows some recognition and responsibility from you. Also, you could do an internship. I know a lot of people are graduating with internships, but it is difficult to find paid ones these days.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And
They exist.
internships give you that shadow and that cushion, so you can do the things that your supervisor's doing without the, consequences if you mess up. And I think internships are super beneficial for everybody. I did one last summer with Live Nation, and I fell in love. So they're great.
They're a great way to show you what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So even if you get an internship and you're like, I don't really know if this is the field I want to go into, try it out. It's just an internship. It's just for a summer, You'll figure it out. And it really does show you what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah. And then lastly, just create your own opportunity. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to give that follow-up call. If you don't give a follow-up call, you most likely won't get hired a lot of the times. That shows initiative. And I think that putting yourself out there is a great way to land yourself a career.
Yeah, it's a scary field to go into, especially when we're all graduating, but you just got to take it one step at a time. Throw yourself out there, see what happens. Don't stick to one type of job. Try to apply to multiple jobs that are in the same realm of what you want to do and see what happens from there, because you never know where your life's going to end up. So
Deep.
Very
true. Well, on the other side of the break, we'll be talking about the types of relationships that you might have in college on the Morning App.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
I don't know. You had it.
No, I didn't.
Guys, what are you doing?
You said sports rap. We're repping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Rap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady to play football. Maybe you can catch this. I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the Morning App.
Welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning? You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The Rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, the A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of the A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
One.
8:34 on this absolutely gorgeous but hectic and crazy Monday morning. Howie, what is the weather going to be like today?
You said hectic, and that is a fact. But don't worry, the weather in Boone is going to be perfect all week. So today is going to be a high of 66, low of 39. It's currently 39 right now, so we're at the low. It's going to be in the 70s all week until Sunday, and then it's going to hit the 60s again. But it's going to be in the 70s and 60s for the next 10 days or so.
That makes me warm and fuzzy inside. Just to enjoy our last time at App and have it actually beautiful weather how we want and recognize App for the most part, aside from like the terrible rain.
You mean like the 5 months of dead winter?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a nice way to kind of wrap it all up instead of being miserable in the freezing rain.
Yep, it's going to be sunny today and tomorrow, too, and Wednesday. So it's sunny for 3 days in a row. No clouds in the sky is what they're saying, so it's going to be nice.
Beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
Well, we're doing something a little bit different today. If you do normally listen to the show, we are moving our relationship segment up about 10 minutes here, and we just wanted to talk a little bit about the types of relationships that we've had in college. I know Molly and I have had our fair share of relationships here in college.
I wouldn't consider them relationships. I would say trial and errors.
Like
Trial and
flings.
errors. Flings. Flings. I've never actually
Errors.
genuinely dated somebody.
We've stuck through, we've 4 years together.
4 years.
So
I don't want to get emotional. Let's not talk about it.
we have a lot of insight. But I have right now the types of people that you will probably date in college, starting out with the frat star. I started out dating a fraternity boy.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Did, yeah.
Oh, it was so interesting. I was laughing down the dorm. Like, I
was
met
really
him.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was. We just
because
didn't
he was
click.
drunk all the time.
I don't think I ever talked to a frat boy.
Yeah, and then but we definitely, I don't know, made mistakes. And then the next guy that you might date in college, which Molly and I have had our fair share of, is the bad boy. Every girl goes through this phase where she wants to date the opposite of what she really wants, and that's the bad boy.
I think it's more like an exciting, thrilling thing. Like you want to be Taylor Swift.
It's like a challenge.
Yeah, have a Taylor Swift moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I knew you were trouble. I don't know. I highly regret them, and I knew I was wrong.
I know.
I knew it. And
the whole time.
It's like if you have the conversation with your friends, even your guy friends, and they're like, that guy's no good. And you're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, really, truly. Kristen would be like, yeah, he's terrible. I'd be like, yeah, he's terrible.
But then it's like, guess what I'm seeing later? Oh, no.
I'm over him 10 minutes later. Okay, I'll see you later.
He texted me. Another guy that you might date. I don't know if either of us have been through this, but the entrepreneur, the type of person that you might date, is basically the, dreamer, so to say. High ambitions.
I have.
You have dated one of those?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just not during school time. Summertime.
Summertime. Another one is the really good guy friend. So you have a really close guy friend that you think of you have friend zoned, but you end up dating him.
Hey,
I don't know if
I haven't dated that person, no.
Don't friend zone us in the first place, people.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on.
See, my boyfriend now and we were friends, but I don't think I ever friend zoned him.
Didn't it take
No,
you a couple times to ask
No,
me
you definitely friend zoned him.
No, because we were at a show and Kristen's boyfriend was there as well. And she's like, oh, he's my buddy. I was like, that is not just your buddy. She's like, isn't he so much fun?
Did you really say that?
I don't know.
He was dancing very funny. Like
he's a very humorous man.
Being quirky, and she was totally into it. But
If a guy gets out of the friend zone, he needs to get a round of applause. He needs a trophy. Give him free
Bottles
dinner.
popping.
Bottles popping, because that is a celebration.
The rare one.
The rare one.
Another guy that you might date in college is the mama's boy. I've definitely dated a mama's boy before.
I don't think I have. Quite
What's
honestly.
your definition of a mama's boy?
Yeah.
You. You are a mama's boy. It's not a bad thing, Josh.
Brutal.
I don't know. You rolled your eyes when you said, I've
No, I
dated
said
a mama's
you.
boy.
That was me saying it's obvious.
I don't know. I don't know if you're as mama boy as a few guys that I've run into, but the ones that are just very babied and they haven't really grown up yet because their mama's still keeping them.
That's not Josh.
No, I was picturing like,
on,
hey,
Molly.
mommy, how are you? Just that kind of thing. Not spoiled brat, because I think Josh is very kind and very
not
considerate.
spoiled. Yeah,
not spoiled. I take it back then, Josh. I didn't know that was the definition.
That's my definition. I don't know. You know,
You never
Might be
know.
so-
It's different for everyone.
I do call up my mommy and ask her what's up. So.
I know you do because I've heard you have a
What's up,
conversation.
Hey, mommy.
And then lastly, Mr. Baggage.
Oh my!
You dated that.
I have
Baggage.
dated that so well. Not. I don't think dated. I have been introduced to Mr. Baggage a time or two.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're well versed in the relationships within college.
I've
but
never
we
been in a real
definitely-
one. Mm-mm.
A real
relationship.
What do you define as real?
Like exclusive, stapled, slapped on the package. Yeah,
signed
defined.
certificate. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been in the confusing what are we, and then I don't say anything because I get too scared. So I love it. It's really great. It's fun.
Is that a tip for the younger people out there to actually define what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Important, yeah, because if you are stuck in that in between for too long, you're gonna lose confidence.
Yeah.
So
I can attest, people.
See, I don't have a lot of college relationship advice. I've only been in one relationship since I've been in college, and that was right as soon as I came to App, actually. Like, it was 3 or 4 weeks in, and I dated somebody. And so I guess my tip for that, don't rush into things as soon as you get to college. You have your whole, 4 years ahead of you.
True.
Don't rush into it. That's what I did, and I was like, this is not working out.
I've also seen a lot of people lose opportunity and friendship from that because they grow so attached, especially in a vulnerable time such as your freshman year. You attach to that person, and then you miss the opportunity to meet so many cool people. And I'm so happy that we were both single freshman year and, became so close.
Most of freshman year. That's when I had my frat guy face.
But that was for 2 weeks, I feel like.
Yeah, it did not last long.
Pretty short.
But yeah, I mean, definitely you're not going to meet your significant other at a party or a bar, so don't go looking there for them. I mean,
don't know that.
You could, but the majority of the time when you go out to those things, it might be in your major.
Shade.
But no, you want, you might be able to find them at a party or bar, but don't go hunting for them there. I'm telling you, girl, do not do that because it's just not going to go well for you. Stick to who you are, meet a bunch of new people while you're here, but don't be looking for a relationship when you just get here. You really do want to soak in all that Appalachian has to offer, and it's not a relationship. Yeah.
Or girl.
Well, for our final segment for Kristen, Howie, and Molly of their morning app career, they're going to be giving some of their favorite college memories and a few more tips for you all out there. Here is some more music here on 90.5 WASU.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
I don't know. You had it. No, I didn't.
Guys, what are you doing?
You said sports rap. We're wrapping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Rap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the morning app.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the morning app.
Welcome into the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning? You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeart Radio app.
Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great.
Back here on the morning app on 90.5 at WASU. We are wrapping up the finale, the farewell tour of Howie, Kristen, and Molly. It's been a pretty exciting one, to say the least, and it's time for them to really give and pass on whatever wisdom they have left, whatever memories. Maybe you've been a part of them, maybe you haven't. If not, I'm sorry, because all three of them have been incredible people, and you'd be lucky to run into them. So,
Josh.
you three,
Oh my goodness.
what else you got?
When the waterworks start.
Yeah, stop.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and say my memories first. Man, I've had a lot of stuff that I've did up here. It's been wild. I think one of my favorite ones, definitely top 5, is me, Kristen, and a bunch of other people going to Colorado for last year for spring break was definitely one of the best things that I ever did in my life. I never expected. I never expected that in 2 weeks' time, basically, between I think it was like February and then like the first day of spring break, we were like, okay, we need to get a plan going. I didn't know what I was going to do. Kristen was like, hey, we're going to Colorado. Who wants to go? And I was like, hey, sign me up. I want to go. And like me and Kristen, we were friends, but we weren't that close yet.
We weren't yet.
So it was kind of just like wing it, see what happens type deal. And
So I'm really
Colorado,
surprised you went, honestly.
yeah, I had no plans. I was like, you know what? I'm normally a simple guy, likes to like go to the beach or something like that. I want to do something different for spring break.
And that's a memorable one.
That was insane. Driving 25 hours there, 25 hours back, being there for 5 days was incredible.
It really was. I want to say that was probably one of my top 5 favorite college memories, too, because it was just a really great group of people. We went, cross country, and my car is feeling it, but it's fine. So, if you do have one of those opportunities, get your friends together and just go on a massive road trip together. Because honestly, being in Colorado was great.
Yeah.
But even, I know the drive was long, and it was, at some points it was pretty horrible, but Kansas.
Yes.
But I mean, definitely, like, it was just a dream come true. I mean, road tripping with all of your best friends, it was unbelievable. Not to mention to Colorado, where the views were gorgeous, the people were amazing.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. We did some amazing hikes out there. So that's one of my top favorite memories of college as well.
Love it so much. And I think also one thing I really liked doing in college was going to concerts, because when I was
literally just about to say, that's like 4 of my top memories right there.
Right. Because when I was in high school and middle school, I didn't go to concerts that much. I went to like 2 or 3 maybe in that time span. But since I've been here, I've been to like 4 or 5. And I went to see my favorite artist, Alice in Wonderland, twice with my best friend, Raphael. And went to D.C. last year. We went to Orange Peel in Asheville the year before. Just incredible.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Molly and I were very
local band
experienced.
driven.
Yeah.
But so I've gone to concerts since I was little, and music has been a large part of my life. But Kristen and I, as clear as it may be, we love Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Yeah.
And we got to see them a few times together. I'll let her elaborate on that. But we brought the 1975 last year. And I have this band, I have their lyrics tattooed on me. And so I was very excited to be able to go see them. It was like one of the most magical moments of my life. And I'm so happy that I got to experience that. But Kristen, take it away with the Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
So Molly and I spent our first 2 years of college, as we were underage, we would go to concerts. That's the move, really. If you are, a freshman or a sophomore and you're, 18, 19 years old, you can't do much on a Friday or Saturday night.
Right.
So going to concerts was our move, and it was so fun. I can't believe it. So we saw Rainbow Kitten Surprise when they were...
like 10 people in a room.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
$5 tickets?
Yeah, and they played half of Legends, and now they're selling out shows in Asheville and all across America. So it was a really great thing to see. And we, they did a house show for the people of Apps a few years back, and we actually loved one of their friends who was in a band too, Sensation of Falling. It was at their concert, and Rainbow Kitten Surprise came, and they were watching their friends play, and Molly and I were right next to them, low-key freaking out, honestly.
Yeah, I was like, Kristen. Muffled words underneath while I'm like clenching my teeth. Kristen, do you see him? But it's just funny. Like, at the time, we're fangirling. Now, if we saw them, we'd be like, oh, hey, man, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
So,
now it's really chill. That was when we were babies.
We were babies, and we were fresh-faced and living our best life. But local music is the way to go, freshmen, because it is such a big part of Appalachia.
Yeah.
And get into bluegrass. I know you're like, country isn't cool, but bluegrass is awesome.
Bluegrass is lit. Please go. Seriously. While you are living here for the next 4 years, go to Merle Fest, go to the Fiddlers Convention. I know that you're thinking, I don't like that type of music. That's fine. It is a historical part of Appalachia, and it's amazing.
That wasn't it. You said bluegrass is lit.
I'm glad we're on the same page there, Howie.
Listen, when that fiddle comes in,
I love a good fiddle.
That's why I was like, wait a second, hold on.
I didn't even need to ask you what you were thinking because I knew what you were thinking.
I was like, throw it back. Okay, so that's a cool memory. See, I keep saying spring break, but this year again, spring break.
Well, you gotta switch it up, Howie.
Okay, look, the first 2 years when I was here, I didn't do anything for spring break. I was at home. So the last 2 years, I did something. Went on a cruise this year for the first time. It was fun, even though I got seasick. But I have never been outside the country before. It was the first time I have ventured off the coast. And just being with my friends from freshman year that I've still been attached to for almost 4 years now was awesome. So that was a good memory of mine.
Sounds like all your memories are away from the university.
Okay, listen, but it's the friends that you make here that make the university.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm so done with, college and classes, but I mean, you're going to miss the people and you're going to miss the memories here. Your friends will probably change over the next 4 years, but there's also, those few that stick with you for the whole time.
Also, you'll change too, and that's totally...
You'll grow.
Yeah, you'll grow, and if they don't grow with you, then that's tragic, but salute you.
Sayonara.
And also, Josh, my memories here I can't really talk about on air, but yes. I've had a ton of good memories.
Remember them.
Yes.
True. But speaking of spring break, I kind of had like an extended one with my best friend, Rebecca.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to New York, and so she's a fashionista. I just did the fashion showcase for her. It was my worst nightmare in the entire world. But we did it. But we went to New York together, and we just ate everything and anything we wanted.
Yes.
And we didn't really do much aside from just walk around and kind of take in the city. So my family's from there. And then we went to see my favorite band, Turnover, in Charleston after. And it was such a good night. We stayed out till 2 a.m. just enjoying Charleston.
Oh, nice.
And we kind of got to like talk to the band a little bit when I bought merchandise. Of course, I acted like I didn't know who he was, so I seemed cool. But in the inside, I was crying. I was like, Austin, I love you. But it was a great, senior year, I think, is your most memorable year, in my opinion, because you have so much going on, but you have such great moments.
I would say junior and senior year put together were probably, my best ones. But if you are, coming to campus and you are a freshman or incoming freshman, definitely get involved in a club or some, sort of area where you can meet extended friends, whether that's the radio station, the television station. We also have a newspaper on campus, shameless plugs, apps. There's so many avenues for you to get involved, and that's where I have truly met some of my best friends have been within these walls of Beasley right here.
Yeah, I'd never thought that when I was at the interest meeting for WASU my freshman year, my first semester freshman year, that it would turn into 3.5 years of me doing this and meeting like so many incredible people in the industry, and it's just been a blast. So I recommend, doing some activity, do a club, anything, because there's so many things out there you can do.
Highly recommend college radio if you are interested.
Yes.
Take COM 2315.
Wow, no
But it really is. It's a great avenue for you to meet friends outside of your dorm, outside of your major. Get involved in a club or a sport on campus. I highly recommend that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a way to stay out of trouble, people. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And do your schoolwork freshman and sophomore year to keep that GPA fresh.
Yes, that is my tip, because freshman year, first semester, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a class that I was in, didn't have any attendance. I probably skipped it about 8 times throughout the whole semester.
Oh, I skipped my geology lab not lab, because I couldn't skip the lab, but
the
geology class.
Yeah.
Oh, I was not present. Sometimes even when I was there, I was not present.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you to not skip, because we've all been guilty of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes things come up. You also might skip to prioritize other classwork. That's when you know you're busy.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to you three, obviously, I mean, I don't really know how I got here with Howie and Kristen, to being honest, because we've talked about it before. We don't really know how we became this tight group. It literally just poof happened. For Molly, it was, I don't really remember. We finally had a class together, Molly, but I know you were that cool girl that always hung out with Kristen. Howie knew you as well, because Howie knows everybody. It's just incredible.
I know nobody.
You're a walking celebrity, and you go up to every single person ever, Howie. But so yeah, once I finally got that class with Molly, became friends in that Audio 1
Video
one, yeah. Video one, and that's when me and Molly became close, and ever since then, you know, always been there for her, and she's always been there for me, so it's been one of the, you know, best friends here in the college, the university here, and then, I mean, just Kristen, I don't really know how I'm going to do this next semester without you or do anything. I mean, you talk about your best memories, you got all your trips and everything, but honestly, best memories are just hanging out with you guys, either getting lunch or dinner or in the office.
Just doing random stuff.
Or sticking my things in Jell-O.
Yes.
Yeah, it can literally just be ranting or talking about literally nothing, but if, you know, if we're just hanging out, it's always a nice little experience. So I don't really know what I'm going to do without you two next year. Howie, you're one of the nicest people I've ever known, one of the coolest cats ever. This world is lucky to have all three of you. Kristen, without a doubt, you are one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life.
I can't believe
I've hit it. Cry.
I've hit it for a while, but you are by far one of the funniest people I know, whether it's stupid funny or actually intellectual funny. You usually hit with most of your jokes. I just lie and don't acknowledge it.
We act like we don't laugh at it, but low key.
But we know it's there underneath, and it is going to be an entirely different show without you both. Next year, I'm going to need new friends. I'm going to need someone else to talk to, so you'll get multiple calls at multiple times. But
please do.
Just know it's going to be rough, and no one can replace you two and you three either. So.
Thanks for throwing that
That's
in there.
my spiel.
Josh, you made me tear up.
Well, my time here on WASU, as well as the morning app, has truly been some of my most cherished memories of college, and I absolutely cannot wait to see where you and the other members take the show next year. Thank you, WASU, for 3 amazing years on air, and thank you for giving me lifelong friendships. For the last time on the morning app, this has been Josh, Howie, Molly, and myself, Kristen. Have a lovely day.